Huh. Brenda,
Yes.
don't let them in yet. Is it just me and you?
Everybody's in. Hello, everyone.
I had a quick question for you, but no worries. Hello, everybody. Welcome. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I'm going to put on my apron. That will resolve my concern. Ta-da. Magic. It's magic, y'all. It's magic. Why can't I see everybody? Let's see. There we go. There we go. I see y'all rolling in. Welcome, everybody. Join us on camera if you can. Love to see this.
Hello, everyone.
Welcome, welcome, welcome.
Hello.
So nice to see so many people.
All the faces.
We will start shortly. We're just gonna give it a few more minutes. We're still early.
Let's see if I've got time.
Welcome, everyone. We're going to start shortly. We're going to start around 1:03 to give people time to join. But for those of you who are already here, if you want, you have access to today's recipe in the chat. I put the link.
Yeah.
Brenda, can you put it again? Because whoever logged in after you put it can't see it.
Ooh, okay, let's see. Thank you.
Thank you.
Perfect. Thank you for that. For those of you who are just joining us right now, we will start around 1:03. So we're just waiting for additional people to join. But the recipe is in the chat if you want to follow along. Denise, do you see it now?
Yes, I do.
Yeah.
Thank
Yeah.
you.
Perfect. Great. All right, so it's 1:03, so I'm going to start because I'm sure we're going to have a lot to speak about today. So welcome everybody for the third session of our In the Kitchen, Food is Medicine. My name is Brenda Dash, and I'm the Senior Wellness Educator for WorkWell NYC. And I'm here with Chef Karen, who I'm sure a majority of you are familiar with. But you want to say hi for a second, Karen?
Hello, everybody. Good to see you guys. Glad to be here.
All right, so we have an exciting session today, but before we go into today's session, I just want to give a little bit of background on who we are. And when I say who we are, WorkWell NYC. So WorkWell NYC is the city's worksite wellness program, and we're here to help you live well and work well. Our goal is to create work sites that make it easier for our employees to live healthy, active lifestyles. Health is not just the absence of disease. Health is physical, it's mental, financial, emotional, and we know that health exists on a spectrum. So we're here for you with health and well-being resources and programs to help you move more, eat well, be well, and take action to prevent disease no matter where you are in your health journey. And we're also committed to addressing matters of inequity and providing platforms to educate and develop solutions both in and out of the worksite. So food is medicine, and many of you participated in our first two series, but this was such an important topic for both Karen and I, and hopefully everybody here, because food is integral for our overall health. So eating a well-balanced diet is necessary to ensure that our bodies get the nutrients needed to function properly. Nutritious foods, along with herbs and spices, boast numerous benefits to our overall health and well-being. So WorkWell NYC, in collaboration with Beautifully Fed, will highlight recipes, or that's what we've been doing for this series, that are not only flavorful and tasty, but also include nutrients that supply a powerful punch of health benefits. As always, we encourage you all to share and participate with us along the way. I do want to advise or remind that the comments and views expressed may not necessarily be reflective of WorkWell NYC or Beautifully Fed. Please note that this session will be recorded and each of you will receive a copy or a link to that recording following the session today. February is Heart Health Month, and we thought, why don't we focus on a recipe that really supports heart health? So many of the foods we consume fight disease and protect the bodies in general. So today's recipe had many of our heart healthy recommendations. So for example, fiber, which is the ingestible part of plants, fruits, vegetables, and whole grains and nuts. We have that in our avocado. We have it in our pomegranate. Antioxidants, which are compounds that protect cells by reducing damage caused by oxidative stress. And people may say, well, what is oxidative stress? Oxidative stress is a buildup of what we call free radicals or molecules that can harm our bodies and cells. So when we have foods that are high in antioxidants, it helps protect our natural bodies or the cells within our bodies against this unwanted stress. And this stress can be related to our diets, having diets that are high in fats, sugars, as well as processed foods, environmental factors such as pollution and pesticides, as well as excess intake of alcohol, or if we smoke, it can increase this oxidative stress. In addition, the recipe that we have today, it's high in what we call those healthy fats, your monounsaturated fats, your polyunsaturated fats, and your omega-3 fatty acids. So many of the ingredients that we are sharing today have these amazing nutrients and compounds. So I just want to talk a little bit about heart health, being that it is February and it's important for us to really digest why we pay so much attention to heart health and the importance to prevent heart disease. So I went to the CDC website and I was even taken aback when I looked at the statistics. So when we talk about heart health facts, heart disease remains the leading cause of death for both men and women. One person dies every 33 seconds from cardiovascular disease. More than 702,800 Americans died from heart disease in 2022, which is equivalent to about 1 in every 5 deaths, which is astounding. Some of the risk factors that we have to be familiar with. Known risk factors for heart disease: genetics, having a family member who developed heart disease, especially if they developed it at an early age. Gender, men are generally higher at risk for heart disease. However, post-menopause, women's risk becomes higher. Age, as we increase, it increases our risk, but also lifestyle practices. And that's the one I really like to focus on as an educator. What's our weight? What's our diet? Do we participate in physical activity? Do we smoke? Do we consume excess amounts of alcohol? And extremely important, how we're managing some of the chronic conditions that we're living with. So to keep your heart healthy, in general, these are the recommendations. You want to adopt a healthy eating pattern. And for those of you who may not necessarily know, well, what is a healthy eating pattern? I encourage you to participate in our 4-week Food is Medicine nutrition campaign, which starts March 3rd. This campaign will increase your knowledge of the connection between diet and health. It will help you understand what nutrients are needed to keep your body functioning well. And it will also help you learn how to identify foods that are healthier for you. I will share information about this exciting campaign in the follow-up email. But not only do we want to eat healthy, we want to participate in physical activity. We want to limit our alcohol intake. We want to treat tobacco use. We want to seek out services that can help us stop if we currently smoke. Get enough sleep, which people don't really equate with health, but sleep is so important. Manage stress in a healthy way. We all live in New York City. We all deal with stress, but are we dealing with it in a healthy way? And as I had shared earlier, we want to adequately manage chronic conditions such as high blood pressure, diabetes, as well as elevated cholesterol. And lastly, or not lastly, but most importantly, we also want to make sure we're following up with our primary care providers. We want to go to our PCP on a regular basis to make sure we are where we need to be with our health. So without further ado, I'm going to bring on Karen and we're going to start cooking. So thank you.
Thank you so much, Brenda. You guys didn't hear me clapping. That was amazing. I love partnering with WorkWell and all the education to you all and to me. It's so important. It's important to me personally. How many of you all are touched by heart disease? Either yourself or a member of your family. I was diagnosed with high blood pressure for the first time ever in my life as a result of making this move from New York to Florida to take care of my father. And caring for him, I neglected caring for myself. Ended up with high blood pressure. Ended up having to put him into a home, and now my blood pressure is managed. It was a really hard decision. I did not want to put him there, but given the circumstances that we were in, it made the most sense. And if I'm not healthy, he can't be healthy because I'm the only one here looking after him. So it is. Additionally, my sister has diagnosed with heart disease as a result of COVID. She was a diabetic, was managing it with insulin and her diet. And she was fine for years until COVID happened and she was eating junk, all kinds of stuff, y'all. And then her kidney started to fail and now family's got her. So I'm curious from you all. I've been hit by this as well. Let's see.
Karen, I think the volume is going in and out. I'm not too sure if everybody's seeing the same thing.
What?
There's a person unmuted and there's feedback coming from them. I think the person is Dahlia, if I'm not mistaken. Okay.
See if you can mute them on your end, WorkWell.
Yeah, now you sound much better.
Yeah? Okay.
Yeah.
So I was sharing basically my experience with heart disease in my family. and my high blood pressure and having to manage it. I'm curious if you all have had it in your family or yourselves and how you're dealing. And then I will say, yes, high blood pressure, Allison, hello. Megalina, you're diabetic, high blood pressure as well. So you understand these risks. And I love that Workwell is so good about talking about the body holistically in all the ways that we can manage our health, and thinking about our sleep, thinking about our diet, thinking about how we're moving our bodies, how we're managing our stress, and also about our thoughts. It's about one of the ways we manage our stress is, what are the thoughts that we're thinking? Are we in a constant state of worry, or are we, like thinking positively, focusing on what the outcome is that we want to have, and not on what our circumstances currently are. And it's so important. And I know it's snowing in New York right now, or at least there's snow on the ground. I saw pictures from family members. And I'm wanting to bring you a little bit of sunshine in this recipe, guacamole. And so, no problem so far with high blood pressure or diabetes. Yes, you are blessed, Christine. And this recipe, the idea is to keep it at bay. If you guys are not experiencing any issues, your family is not, let's keep that up. Let's continue it. Let's be mindful, though, about what we're eating. So today's recipe is zesty guacamole with pomegranate, and I'm super excited to share it with y'all. I'm going to tell you what the ingredients are, and then we're going to get right into it. So we need 2 limes. You're going to have the juice of 2 limes here. I've got my limes here. Can you see? Yes, limes. You're going to need jalapeno, about one of them. One finely chopped jalapeno. And if it's a big one, you might want to do just half of that. We'll see. Mine was big, so I minced it up like so. Can you see? And I'm going to add it, and then I'm going to taste it and see where I'm at with it. So the recipe also calls for 2 tablespoons of red onion, which is about a quarter of a red onion. Like, you cut it in half, and then we're going to cut it in half again, and that's about the amount you'll use. I'm going to show you how to cut it in a second. And then it's going to call for also some cilantro. All right, let's say cilantro like that. Ta-da. Even smelling things, you guys, can help reduce your stress level. Things that just smell fresh and fragrant. I love it. So that's cilantro. People either love it or hate it. I find there's no middle ground with cilantro. Who are my cilantro lovers in the room? Raise your hands. Also, remember, hello, let me just pause a second to say, please know that you can come off of your mic here if you're able to, if you're in a setting in your workplace where it's okay to speak out loud to us, please do. Otherwise, talk in the chat. We will see you. All that. Yeah, and if you do come off mute to speak, do go back on it, because it does help with to minimize the feedback. So let's see. Ooh, love cilantro, love cilantro. Yeah, those who don't love cilantro, it tastes like soap to y'all. I'm so sorry about
Heard
that.
that too. For some
Yeah.
people, if they can't tolerate it.
It's like you love it or you hate it. If you hate it, it's soap. Like, I'm so sorry, because it doesn't taste like that for me, and I love it. But yeah, it's a genetic thing. In any event, all right, there's more. So we got the cilantro, we've got jalapeno, we've got 2 cloves of garlic or more. If you're a garlic lover like me, add all the garlic you want. 2 large avocados, or these are small-ish. I'll add a 1/3. Why not? Just to be clear. And then we're going to need salt and pepper to taste, and to kind of like give it some zest and some spice and some, yeah, Brenda, you see. We're going to add pomegranate seeds and pepita seeds. That's what I was getting ready to do. Roast them. I'm going to toast them while we're doing this, y'all. Let's start out with this. I'm going to show you how to do this.
Is anybody preparing with us today?
Good question.
Not today. See, I was looking for Ava. I found Ava.
Yeah. Ava, you cooking with us, mama?
Hey, I wish I could, but I'm at work sitting at my desk. So unfortunately, no.
First time ever you're not cooking. It's fine.
I know, I miss those days.
Thank you for being here anyway. You guys, it calls for 2 tablespoons of pepita seeds. Pepitas are pumpkin seeds, right? And we're gonna toast them lightly. You could toast, I've got an electric stove now, I'm adjusting. We're adjusting to each other. Pumpkin seeds, you can toast without adding any added oil. So I'm just taking my cast iron skillet here. I'm gonna let it get hot on this. And then once I can like feel the heat emanating up here, I'm going to add a little bit of pepita seeds there. And I'm just gonna shake it a little bit and let it do its thing. Cool. You'll know when it's done, you kind of smell it, becomes a little toasty, not burnt. I'm gonna put this in front of me so that I remember. Because otherwise I'll forget.
Is
Right.
everybody here familiar with pepitas?
Yeah.
Have you tasted or used in guacamole before? Ah, okay. Simply
What are they
Simply
saying?
loves them.
Yeah,
Loves them raw.
they're good. And I'm so pepita seeds and pomegranate seeds, which isn't a seed, it's a fruit. Pomegranate.
Right.
But whatchamacallit, it's what's interesting. Oh, I wanted to share that how the recipe was inspired by an experience of Brenda's at a restaurant. You want to tell us about it, Brenda?
Yes, I went to a Cuban restaurant, and I must say I normally don't like fruit in my food. But this particular guacamole had pepitas as well as a pomegranate, and I was like blown away with it. So I was saying to Karen, we have to try this recipe. And not only for the taste, the fact that it was so nutritious. You got the guacamole, which we know is a healthy fat. Then the pomegranate is high in fiber, is an amazing antioxidant, as well as the pepitas, which is high in omega-3 fatty acids, which is helps us with inflammation or to decrease inflammation. So it's good for our heart. So for heart health, we said this was the most amazing recipe for the individual ingredients. So hence, that's why we're here today.
Anybody else that's had pomegranate seeds in anything? Let's start there. And then in guacamole, I've never had it in guacamole. I still have never had it in guacamole, believe it or not, until today. I'm so excited to try this. I'm also someone
I've had it by itself.
You had it by, you like it?
Yes.
Yeah, I love it. Yeah.
Is the other seed pumpkin seed? Did you say pumpkin seed?
Yeah, that's what we're talking about, pomegranate seed. So the fruit, I'm about to show you what's in it. But
you said another seed, pumpkin?
Yeah, pumpkin. It's also called
okay.
Pepita.
You also said pepita.
Yeah, pepita is pumpkin. Same thing. So we're about to toast these right now. I feel my pan is hot. I'm gonna add a little bit of that. Here. I'm gonna give it a little shaky shake. I'm gonna let this do its thing in the background. We get slicing. And you could do this with any seeds that you want to toast lightly. Sesame seeds. What other seeds are there? Sunflower seeds. You want to toast nuts, almonds, peanuts. And it's really good to add more nuts and seeds to our diet. We tend not to get enough of it. And they're rich in omega-3s and omega-6s, which are good for us and lacking in many cases. So that's why it's good to add seeds here. And these seeds are good in like soups, on top of soups, it's good, and by itself, as somebody said. All right, so I'm gonna start by prepping our ingredients. I've already started a little bit with the jalapenos or sliced and whatnot, diced, minced actually. I'm going to show you how to dice one, or mince one. But first we're gonna start with our favorite onions. We love we've got some regulars here, y'all. Regulars. Tell me what I'm going to tell people about cutting an onion. What's one thing we know to do regarding the ends of them? Anybody want to shout it out or put in the chat?
Keep the ends cut off the ends. Oh, keep them on?
Keep them on. It's easy to cut it.
Keep the root end on. Usually this is the root. Usually it's the hairy bottom of the onion. I'll show you a better one. There we go. This part, you keep that intact. You don't want to take that off because that actually holds the onion together and makes it less likely to fall apart all over you. So what I like to do is I find the root and then I flip it and I cut this end off so I can make a flat surface so that you can have a sturdy, a stable surface for the thing that you're cutting, so it's not rolling around on you, because you safety first. And then once you have that, then I'm gonna cut in half from the root, through the root. Voila. And you'll see this root allows us to cut through the onion without having all the pieces of the onion go flying all over the kitchen, which is what used to happen when I cut an onion, which is why I hated cutting onions. That plus it makes you cry. It still makes you cry sometimes, but the more you do it, the less prone you are to that. It's one of the enzymes in onions that cause you to cry. Who has remedies that actually work for not crying when you're cutting an onion?
Cut it quick.
Cold water.
Cold, yeah,
Like
that
a-
one actually, good one. That's the one that actually has worked for me. When you cut it, actually run cold water over it before you start dicing it. That helps. Good tip. Anybody else come across anything that actually works? And then again, what works for some people might not work for the others. So
All
try.
right, so somebody has Scar had said chill the onion first. And what else?
These are all good. I see exactly
And
why.
cut the onion quick.
That's one way. It's because the juices in the onion is what causes it to to activate our tears, and it's the enzyme that causes the juices. And when you rinse it, you're rinsing away some of the juices. And when you put it in the refrigerator, make it cold, you kind of solidify it a little bit, so there's less of those juices.
Well, we had an interesting one. Somebody said chew gum. Has that worked for anybody?
So what I'm doing, you guys can see me well.
Okay, yeah.
You don't have to see this. So, because otherwise.
Do you also just add the seeds of the pepper, or do you discard the seeds?
What are we talking about now?
When you cut the pepper, the jalapeno pepper, you know, the seeds inside, do you cut?
It really depends on how, I'm gonna use this. It depends on how spicy you like things or how much you can tolerate spice. That will determine whether or not you keep the seeds, or maybe you just keep some of the seeds. I'm glad you mentioned it, because the seeds are what makes it hot, y'all. So it makes it spicy. And so if you have a low tolerance for spice, keep those seeds out. I happen to have a high tolerance for spice. So it's the Jamaican side of me. Cubans can't handle spicy things. My dad is a wuss. It's okay. Although I think I almost killed him with Scotch bonnet pepper, but that's a different story. I won't tell you about it. What's my point? So you see me doing here. Did you see me doing anything? Yes, yeah, you can see. This camera, forgive me, y'all, but I feel like it's blurry, huh? That was a little better. So yeah, so you want to, ooh. Yes, this is toasted already, you guys. That was amazing. Oh, I did. You know it's ready because it smells like it's, that's good. Okay, I can't wait to eat. So what I did was I cut it. Okay, let me show you this. So a couple pieces fell apart, but for the most part, right, it's intact. The root is holding it together. And so now that I've got these vertical slices, I just slice vertically from the root, but not through it, all the way around. And now I'm gonna do like 2 slices horizontally, carefully, with my knife, and then I'm gonna dice it. So we're gonna go like this. 1, 2, like that. And again, some are gonna fall off naturally already. You just get those out of the way. I'm gonna put these up here. We'll deal with them later. Well, I'm getting them out of the way so that they don't destabilize my cutting surface and cause me to slip, or the knife to slip, right? All right, so now I've got this here, and now that I've got my see, even with the horizontal slices, it's still pretty much intact, pretty much. And then I'm going to cut this way. And now look, I've got these slices. Voila. So this is half of an onion, right? This is a whole half. And I was saying earlier that for this recipe, I used 2 tablespoons, and 2 tablespoons was pretty much half of the half, so a quarter. So that much is what would go into my joint, okay? Voila. All right. I'm gonna finish chopping this up and then put this in here. Give me 1 second. Put you here. Hang on. All right, who has the recipe in front of them? Who can tell me what's next? What's another thing I want to prep?
Now roll the limes under your palm. You mean that part, the method?
Yeah, why not? That's exactly what I'm talking about. Thank you, my love. I've got my this here. My limes. So here, I already have the juice of 2 limes, but I'm going to show you on this what I'm talking about. So this is the lime. I'm using, you can get, organic limes are important, particularly if you're using the skin of it. So if I was zesting this, I definitely want it to be organic, because a lot of the, if it's inorganic, that means it's grown with pesticides. And a lot of the pesticides are in the skin. This, if I'm not using the zest, it's not as important. So, and which is good to know, because organic limes could be extremely expensive. So I'm not using the skin of this. I'm just using the juice. I washed it really well. And now I'm going to cut it. No, I'm going to roll it to help release the juices. So this is what the recipe is referring to. You take it and you roll it. And if you're cooking with kids, this is a good thing to have them do. Keep them occupied for a little bit. Just, you know, just tell them it's not done yet. Just keep it rolling. Have them roll limes the entire time you need them to be busy. Give them more and more limes. No, it's fine. And then when it's softened a bit, then you can cut it. But what the rolling does is it helps to release the juices, so it's easier. The lime wants to surrender its juices to you, is what happens. That's what happens. So I'm gonna get that off of here. I'm gonna go like this. Oh, okay. I didn't sharpen you beforehand. We're gonna deal with that later. And I use this. This is my favorite lemon squeezer, that citrus squeezer. I put that in there. And then where's my container? This actually. Looking for something else. I'm gonna pour it in here. I'm gonna pour it in, y'all. I know I'm gonna do. This is what I'm gonna use for the avocado. I'm gonna pour this in here. This I'm going to put here. So I'm going to use this into my water later or something else. Ta-da. And then you squeeze. And this calls for the juice of 2 limes. So you keep going until you've got 2 limes, right? Booyah. Okay. That's the lime. So we've got my lime juice. We've got the onions that we've already done.
Mm-hmm.
What else? What's next? Who's my reader? Probably
Don't
the
forget to chop your cilantro.
Yeah, the cilantro. Okay. We'll do the cilantro. So I'm going to take my cilantro here. I love cilantro. If you don't, I know there are a few of you here. It tastes like soap. Do not use it. Don't. No, we don't want your food to taste like soap. I'm going to give it a quick rinse. My fresh cilantro. And you know, a lot of herbs come in dried forms as well. And dried and fresh are just as good as the other. Just need to use them a little bit differently. And it depends on the preparation and what you're using it for. For things like salsas and stuff, I like to use the fresh version of the herb. Like in this case, so cilantro. And I actually do not use dried cilantro for anything. I think that's the one herb that I always use fresh. I don't know. What about the rest of you? Do you use it dried in any form? It comes, I'm sure. I don't buy it. And anyway, so I'm going to chop it.
Tried it dried. Just, yeah, I've never had it dried.
The thing about dried versus fresh though, dried herbs are more intense in flavor. And so you use less of it than you would the fresh stuff. Also the fresh, because it's fresh, its flavor is a little more, it's softer, it's milder. And so it's best to add it last is towards the end of cooking. If you're cooking something, if you're adding it to something that's already fresh, then yeah, it's fine. But if you're cooking, you want it to be at the very end. That way it lends its vibrancy to your dish. Oh yeah. Okay, I'm gonna put you in. Yum. All right, what else? Jalapeno. I'm ready for the jalapenos. The jalapeno next. What's next, y'all? What's next? I think it's the jalapeno. I'm gonna cut it. So jalapeno. You can cut off the stem first. Oh yeah. And then you get to cut and cut. I didn't show you knife skills. So you take your thumb, your index finger, you grab your chef's knife, and you bring it to the end of the blade where the blade meets the handle. You naturally let your fingers curl around it, and now you've got a steady grip. Now your knife becomes an extension of your hand. You got control. The length of the knife depends on how big you are, how comfortable you are. Mine is a 7.5 inch. I go as high as 8. Any higher, I feel unwieldy. So, know what works for you. And sharpen it. I need to sharpen mine. You should be sharpening it before every time you cut. Well, not every time you cut, but like before you cook, every time you sharpen it. So, I've got my things here like this. You can stack them and then cut them. Or since we're mincing, I'm going to do a method like this where I'm just going to put my hand on top of the knife like this. Yeah, I'm going to go over here because I know you guys can see better here. That's why we created the food cam. So you can see. Can you see? Tell me you can see. Tell me the food cam is worth it. We went through some stuff to create the food cam.
You can
Yes.
see.
Okay.
Worth it.
Thank you. Thank you. All right, so we go like this. I'm gonna get this set of my way. And I'm just going to go around and around and around until I've chopped everything. And in between, I gather everything together and I keep going. You gather and you keep going like so. And holding here just gives you control. Knife skills are so important to cooking, you guys, because I don't know about you. When I first started to cook, the cutting of the things was the thing that was most just annoying to me. And I was like, oh, I gotta cut the thing. And now it's the most fun. I really like it's fun. It's like methodical, it's rhythmic, it's kind of meditative when you get like real mindful about it. It's like, oh, singing a song, it's kind of beautiful. Drink your wine, cut your things. It's a good time. But that only happens when you're comfortable with your knife, you know what you're doing. So I recommend you get some knife skills, take their classes and whatnot, or watch some YouTube videos. Watch me. Keep coming to work well classes. Keep practicing. And it could be as fine or in this case you guys saw, I didn't remove the seeds, right? If you want to remove the seeds, before I should have showed you that. I can show you. I'll show you. So I'm gonna open one. Do I have an extra? No, I can't show you. I cut up all the jalapeno. So instead of slicing it directly, I would have cut it in half lengthwise, open it up, and then the seeds you just scoop out. It's easy, I promise. If you don't like the spice, if you're Cuban. So yeah, so this is a heart healthy recipe. It's also really delicious. Here at Beautifully Fed, we believe if it's food can be, not just can be, food must be delicious as it is nutritious. Because if it doesn't taste good, who cares how good it is for you? Like really, who cares?
True.
Who cares? So this is really good.
Karen, can you move it into the view of the camera so we can see what you plated?
I'm not plating anything yet. That was
Okay.
just getting stuff out of your way.
All right.
You didn't miss
Perfect.
anything. I promise. You didn't miss anything. I know what's wrong. It's this camera. It's blurry. Probably this. Yeah, it's a little bit better for me. All right. So what's next? I think I prepped everything except the garlic. I didn't get to the garlic yet. Let's do garlic. All right. So everybody here, who knows what I'm going to say about prepping the garlic? What is there to do to smash it? How do we remove the skins? What's an easy way to remove the skins? You can remove the skins tons of ways. But what's an easy way to do it? Who members or who has a technique of their own? Share.
Smash the knife on top of the garlic to loosen the skin.
Yes. Yes, darling. Yes, that is it. And it releases stress, y'all. We said y'all New Yorkers, you know about stress. So take your knife, take your garlic, and get to town. Get to smash. Boom. The peel comes right off. It's got no choice. You banished it. The end. Let's go. And now we're going to take off the ends of this. La la la. Booyah. And now we just cut. We mince also, we're mincing. Unless, you know, you like to bite into chunks of garlic. I'm not. Raw garlic chunks are not the most tasty to me. But I love the flavor of garlic. So you might have seen it said 2 cloves. Like I'm trying to be mindful for other folks. I put in, this is 4 easily. I could have done 6. I might just add more. I really like garlic. So garlic goes in here. Garlic goes in here. Here. Along with my jalapeno. That's 1. This was, like I said, I used earlier, I was using a really large jalapeno. And so that is half of the jalapeno. I'm going to reserve this for later because I like spice, but I'm not trying to kill myself either. So I'm going to taste it and see how I feel. And I highly encourage you all do that too as you're cooking, you know, preparing a thing. Taste it, see how you like it, you know, then modify as you go.
Karen, we have a question in the chat. Can I use garlic that has already been prepared?
You can always use anything that's already been prepared. If it's easier for you to buy the thing that's minced, whether it's the onions, the garlic, go for it. We always recommend like the less processed the food, the better. And when they do, you know, cut it, they're processing it. But read it. If it's just garlic, go for it. But remember, food industry is in the business of making money. So they're going to try to, not in the business of making healthy. So they want you addicted to food. I wouldn't be surprised if you find minced garlic that also has sugar in it or extra salt in it. Do not. So no, that's not what you want. You want to control your salt and sugar yourself. So look at the ingredients. If it's just garlic, honey, you pay more for it, but go for it. It makes it easier for you to cook. That's what we want, cook. But all you want is garlic. If it had it's garbage, throw it out. I mean, you know what I mean? Like they're trying to get you. Don't get gotten. So we got jalapeno. What else we need? What am I missing? Let me see. I think that's it. I got my salt. I'm gonna grab my salt. Oh my God. Oh, we're gonna cut the avocados, y'all. That's what's missing.
And I'm just keeping you on time. It's 1:41.
Yeah, we're at the end. Like this is it.
All righty.
At the end here. Okay, I'm gonna push you over here. I'm gonna put you here. Okay, I'm gonna let's keep things clean, y'all. Let's keep things clean. Okay. Aww. You're the first people I'm talking to all day. I still do a lot of my stuff virtual. So you're my company, so here you got me. So I've been talking to you a long time, and that's why we're not moving as fast. Forgive me. I will keep it going. So avocado has a big seed inside of it, right? So we're going to cut. This could go away. You're gonna cut around the seed. Let me just wash my hands, pop into myself. Wash my hands, drink my water. Pizzas, y'all. Smells good, actually. That's fine. Anyway. Okay, so we're gonna do like this. As I'm cutting, I'm feeling the resistance of the seed. So I'm just stopping there. I'm not cutting, I'm not trying to cut through the seed at all. I'm just going around it. And then you go like this. I'm giving it a little turn. Can you see that? Yeah, a little turn like that to release it. And then voila. And it's a good one. Oh my God, my dad would love this. He goes nuts for avocado. I remember one time, sometimes it's hard to get the seed out. And so what you do is you hold it and you take your knife and you like whack it, and the knife helps it to come out. Voila. My dad once, he goes nuts for avocado, yeah. And he's a trip, he's a character. And he likes to flirt, he likes the ladies. And so one day I'm with him and we're serving him breakfast, and he likes eggs, and he eats eggs every day. And this time we had avocados, and I looked like, this is so Dad, you know, and he had like all sausages, he had all kinds of stuff on his plate. Dad, do you want some avocados? He's like, what? What do you mean? How can you ask me, do I want avocados? Ask me if I want avocados. It's like asking me if I want a pretty lady. Of course I want avocados. What the? Y'all, he's a hot mess. Anywho, that's that for you.
Quick question in the chat, Karen. How can you tell when an avocado is ripe?
Oh, good question. You squeeze it, you feel it. It's got to be the color also. It turns the original Hass avocado, they're like bright green all the way around. When it's ripe, it turns this color, like black practically. And also when you touch it, it's not mushy, but it gives, there's some tenderness to it. Some, you know, you can feel it. You can feel it. And you definitely do not want it mushy. And then you open it up and it looks like this. And if you open it up and it looks brown, that's not it. That's not it. Get you another one. The spoon is what's missing. No, I don't need the spoon. I have what I need. I took it out there. I know. I have what I need. I was thinking already. So I'm gonna take this. So now I'm gonna go like this. Oh, la la. And like this. I use a spatula because it's just easier to scoop it out. It's gentle. It gets all the way at the bottom of it. You could use a spoon too. And just so good. I'm so glad I had for a minute avocado sensitivity where I would every time it was honestly like the avocado, like it wasn't me, it wasn't in my mind, I promise you, because I was just eating guacamole. I love guacamole. I'm at a restaurant eating guacamole. All of a sudden I'm unwell and I have to leave to go to the bathroom. Like, what is happening? I come back out. I asked them, was there hold on, looking for the avocados. Was there shrimp in this guacamole? Because sometimes folks like to do that, and I'm allergic to shrimp. That will mess me up. They said, no, there's no shrimp. I said, seriously? Was it cooked Nair shrimp? Like, what's going on? And so I was like, you know, it was, I convinced myself that it was the restaurant, that they don't know what they're talking about, that they were using shrimp somewhere near the avocado, and it got to me. But then again, I was somewhere else and the same thing happened. And so I abstained from eating avocados. Like something is wrong. I've got a sensitivity to it. And then one day I was tired of abstaining from avocados. I was like, I really miss it. And I tasted a little piece and it didn't make me sick. And I said, you know what? Okay, I'm back. We're eating avocados again. I'm so happy because I love them. So I have to say, like you, if like all people, food, something that you don't like or you might be sensitive to one time, you might want to try again, particularly if it was that case when you were a kid and now you're an adult, you want to try it. And a kid who's a picky eater who doesn't like to eat X, Y, or Z, give it to them a different way, give it to them at a different time. Our taste buds change, things happen. Okay, that's 1, 2. So I do 3.
Karen, how long would this recipe last for in the refrigerator?
Not long, y'all. Like 1 to 2 days, because it's the avocado. It's you know, the minute it gets oxidized, it can start turning brown. Although with the lime as an acid, it will help to not have it turn. But you want to have this fresh, 1 or 2 days max. And then what's next for us is to just like mix it together. And you could have it as smooth or as as chunky as you like.
Okay, and
How
as
do
you,
folks like it?
looks good.
No, how do you folks like your avocado? What texture?
I like it anyway.
Smooth, definitely smooth.
I love that. Okay. I'm neurotic, so I want every piece of avocado. In Jamaica, we call avocado pear. In Spanish, we call it aguacate. What are some other names for this thing?
In Grenada too.
In Grenada, it's pear. Yeah, I love it. I love it, I love it.
Barbados is pear.
I like that. The Caribbean. We know. All right. So this is that so far. The only thing that's missing are pepitas, right? And our
Pomegranate.
pomegranate. Let's get to the pomegranate. Who here has eaten pomegranate before? Let me show you.
And Karen just giving you a little bit of time. It's 1:48.
And
Pomegranate's great.
right? We're going to cut it off. I don't remember which side to cut. Let's see. Wait a minute. Yay. And then you cut, once you cut like that, once you cut it, and you can see some seeds. Now we're gonna cut it into fours. But I'm not gonna go all the way down so we can like peel it. Oh, damn it. I didn't want to put it directly on this. For many reasons. I put it on this silly. All right. 10 minutes, I promise. We will have pomegranate in 10 minutes. Less. Voila. And then you can go like that. And then you can go like that. And then it releases itself to you. Like it just wants to come out. Ta-da. And then you just eat it like this as a snack by itself. You guys. Yeah, I'm done. I'm good. All right. So how much? Well, at the end, we're going to add that, a few of those seeds and a few of the pepitas, and we're done. So let me mix this up. I like mine a little chunky, so you won't mix it up a whole lot. And I'm just going to like this. And then I have some salt and pepper to add to it. Y'all can see this, right? Yeah. So, oh, it smells so good, you guys. The lime juice. The garlic. This one, let me get you back in there. And you can use any onion. You like white onion is also good. Sweet onion, Vidalia onions. But I like the sharpness of the red onion in this. In my guacamole in general, because like I said, I haven't made this recipe until now with the pomegranate, but we're about to see what that's like. Ooh, oh, that's right. I added jalapeno. I want to see if I want to add any more of the jalapenos. Okay, so let's do this. Do you see this? Do you see this? It's pretty. Does it feel like summer to y'all with the guac? I know it doesn't with the winter because of the snow, but I'm saying, does this kind of remind you of warmer time?
Looks delicious. I'm
Yeah.
gonna put a poll out as Karen continues to prepare because I want to hear from you. So let me put my poll.
I haven't even seasoned it with salt and pepper yet, y'all. So lime juice is waking up the flavor of all the ingredients. That's a good tip for you guys. Whenever you're cooking something, if you find that it's missing flavor and you're tempted to add salt, before you add salt, add some acid. Whether it's lime, a little bit of lime juice, lemon juice, apple cider vinegar, any other kind of vinegar. Do that before you add the salt, just to see, because it does something to flavors. It really brightens it up. It's like, oh wow, that's all I needed. But so I say all that to say the lime did something. It tasted really good, and already. And now I'm going to. Oh, I got my chips. I'm using plantain chips. We could use, tortilla chips, whatever. Add it to your taco. Also consider what you're eating it with, because this is already kind of salted, so don't go nuts. Don't go nuts. Few seeds though. We're gonna add some potato seeds. So, remember how much I told you how much I love what do you call it? My cast iron skillet. Really good. It holds on to heat. It allows you to cook things really quickly and really well. It cooked my pepita seeds too well because I left it. I turned it off and I thought I removed it from the burner, but I did not. And so now it's more toasty than I want it to be. But there are a few seeds that look fine. And let me taste the burnt ones.
Well, let me ask everybody here, is this a recipe that you would try at home?
Yes,
I'm giving you
without
another
the cilantro and the onions.
Good. Thank you, Charmaine. Yes, make it to your satisfaction. What works for you? Take out what you
Definitely.
and still make it. That's what's up. Ooh. Okay, so I got that. Let me add the pomegranates.
Oh, this is a very popular recipe. Oh, I love it.
How many are we saying? What are folks saying?
A majority of people are saying yes, they would definitely try it at home.
I can't wait. I'm gonna taste this with the pomegranate seeds, you guys. This is special. It's kind of giving me the vibe of like when I see tomatoes in the guac, which I like, the contrast of the colors. Remember we say, you always know that you're eating healthier with the more colors you have on your plate. So look at the colors we've got in here. Got the green.
It looks delicious. It really does.
Right? It looks pretty. Yeah, we eat with our eyes first, so it's so important. I'm gonna add more pomegranates, but first I want to taste.
Can we see the finished product? We can't see.
You can't see? You don't see this?
No, I can't see. I just see your hands. I don't
I
see
see
the
it.
bowl. Now I
see
see it. Okay, thank you.
That person, no, there are two cameras.
Yeah.
There's the meat camera and there's the food camera. Oh, I forgot to rename it.
The two Karens.
It doesn't even matter right now. Never mind. But yeah, there are two. Oh, that was good. The pomegranate and the seeds, the smokiness of the seeds, I added them as is. Like it's fine. It's extra toasty. It tastes great.
Did you use olive oil for the seeds?
No,
Nothing.
When you sauteed it, you just put it in the
Dry pan.
Okay.
Do that with nuts, seeds. It cooks it very well. Needs nothing. So yeah.
Thank you.
Well, before everybody jumps off, I want to just let you all know what's coming up because WorkWell, as you all know, has so much to offer. So tomorrow, if you have not already registered, you can register for our Collage and Relax. And this is for life lessons learned, express your creative side with us in preparation for our Artist Life 2025 showcase. So it's tomorrow, February 13th at 6 p.m. And we're, so please look for that. I will send you a link if anybody's interested. And for those of you who participate in our Artist Life 2025 Employee Artist Showcase, there has been an extension for the submissions. So we still want to hear from you. We want to see your artwork. So the submission due date has been extended through March 16th. Can you believe it? The most exciting program for many of you, Let's Move NYC. We are back April 1, bigger and better. We're having an orientation for the step walk or for the walking challenge. And the orientation will be February 26th at 12 p.m. So again, please join and to hear and learn more about the upcoming challenge. February 27th, we have a Food is Medicine webinar. So we're going to talk about food and the benefits of food. So please join. I will be here with nutritionist Tamar Alkin, who will be facilitating. And as I had shared earlier, we do have a nutrition campaign. This is a new campaign. It starts March 3rd. It's a 4-week campaign, which is going to connect food with health and wellness. There's going to be mini challenges. We're going to give an opportunity for you to connect with each other through a community chat. So please register for this exciting campaign/challenge that's coming up for Nutrition Month. Be the first to know. Don't want to miss out on all of these amazing opportunities to connect with WorkWell's programs. Then definitely sign up for our mailing list. And lastly, there are so many ways to be in contact with WorkWell. You don't have to miss out on anything. So please reach out to us, connect with us via LinkedIn. You can email us, YouTube. So there's many opportunities for you to connect.
Nice.
So that is
I don't
it.
think Karen should be eating like this when we're not able to taste it, you know?
I say that all the time. How
I agree. I
I
agree.
agree. I second it, third it, fourth it.
Those chips.
Mm-hmm.
Now, this is a recipe that should be nice and easy for many of you to make. So my challenge to you, if you replicate or if you make a guacamole recipe, please share a picture
Please.
and maybe be up for a raffle for the first 5, or if we see people submitting. And if you make adjustments to the recipe, because that's the beautiful thing about cooking, right? Is what you substitute. So if you find that you've made a new substitution and you like the taste, please share the recipe. It'd be nice for us to hear about it.
Might inspire us.
Yeah.
Try something different. Do it, do it, do it. Love you guys.
Thank you
Thank
all.
you very much.
Thank you.
Love it, love
Thanks,
it.
Karen.
Thank
Thanks,
you,
WorkWell.
Karen.
Bye.
Mwah.
Thank you, Brenda.
Thank
You're
you.
welcome. Thank
Brenda,
you.
can I
Thank you
come to
all.
the
everyone.
27th meeting?
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
One of the best parts of the day.
Thank you, ladies. Thank you.
Thank
Bye,
you.
guys.
Thank you very much. Have a good day.
You too.
Have a good day.
I
You
want
want
to
to see?
Can I? Am I invited?
Chance to come
Of
over.
course.
Gosh, yay. Woohoo.
I
Okay.
just got the organic guacamole, the chunky one from Trader Joe's last night. So I have to finish that up and try
Nice.
making it myself.
I love. And do you get the avocado? Do you get the avocado because of this recipe? Is that what inspired you? So you can make this, or you were buying?
No, it's my daughter's favorite. So I
Yeah.
just happened to pick some up.
Oh, perfect. Look at you. Right on time, honey. Right on time.
Yeah, I have an avocado in my purse right now that I'm about to eat. Just sprinkle some salt on it and eat it with a spoon like somebody mentioned in the chat.
Yeah. Just like that. That's what's up. I love it. Take
Thank
care.
you so much.
Thank you guys so much.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.
Bye.